Welcome back, folks, to your brand new favorite movie review YouTube channel, and that is Man Cinema Reviews with its lovely host, ya boy, Peter Man. What's up, y'all? Before we get into 3 new movie reviews in an episode that I entitled Thrills, Chills, and Spills, we got to first take care of some business, and that is to go ahead and press like, subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell to be notified in any of my content and reviews to this channel. As always, for my new subscribers and my day ones, thank you for choosing Man Cinema Reviews. Today we're going to break down 3 latest releases, and that is Beast, Bodies, as well as Fall. So with the thrills portion, we're going to go with the latest called Beast. This is starring Idris Elba as Dr. Nate Daniels, taking his 2 daughters to South Africa at a wildlife animal reserve owned by his friend Martin. What turns into a family trip of self-discovery and self-healing within the family unit turns into a fight or flight fight against a lion who is the only survivor in his pack from illegal poachers in the area. And now Dr. Daniels, his 2 daughters, and his friend Martin are being stalked by this relentless lion. This deals with more of a family drama, but a very fun animal survival film out in the wild, out in its elements. I think that Beast really thrives on this. I think that the 2 male leads also work well off of each other. Idris Elba playing with his strengths. He's dealt with dramatic roles, and one of the first things I saw him was Daddy's Little Girls. So I don't know why I'm getting just deja vu or some nostalgia from early Idris with this film, about a man and his 2 daughters that are going through a traumatic family loss. The mother has passed away from cancer, and so him and Sharlto Copley, who plays Martin, who grew up in Africa with the deceased mother, there's just this history between the 2 men. And I think that Sharlto Copley and Idris, play well with each other, as well as the 2 new, female leads in this, Leah Jeffries and Ayanna Haley, playing the 2 daughters, Nora and Meredith. They are just very cool, calm, collected when things ramp up with the lion. But there is this family drama, this past traumatic event in their lives where the kids open up to their father of him kind of being standoffish and not being there, at the end of the mother's life, and what that did to their relationship and how they're going to cope with, making amends and coming together and being a family again. But again, like I said, for a nice, family drama, things ramp up within the second act of this ruthless, ferocious lion. Things get a little hairy, pun intended, in this film. Now, where the drama does work, I feel like that it just doesn't mesh well with this, suspenseful thriller aspect. I think you want to get back into the whole family dynamic, but you only get surface level information. There is kind of this cool, dream-like sequence that Idris has reoccurring that deals with the mother coming to grips with Idris's character not being there, but also having to be there when he is most needed, and that is in his 2 daughters' lives. And I think things come full circle with that reoccurring dream at the end climax, but it feels abrupt and it feels like it's not earned. And that's what irked me the most with this film. I feel like the family drama, where it could have worked, feels a little bit rushed and is not naturally developed. And with the thriller aspect of this lion hunting Idris and his family, it just doesn't. What was the point of it, other than maybe because they're put in this scenario, they must work together? But again, all the elements just don't really naturally come together. This film could have worked if all the elements came together in a natural, cohesive manner. It just doesn't feel like it comes together in a natural way. I feel like that the two female leads work well off of Idris, and it's not a controversy, but that Idris's own daughter was up for the role, but she did not get it, and she didn't speak with Idris for 2 weeks. I feel like maybe it was because, not saying that there wasn't that chemistry there, because of course, you know, it's natural for a father and daughter in real life to have that chemistry, but as far as what the film called for with this traumatic experience, I think the two young female leads really worked well with Idris, and I felt that impactful storyline with the passing of the mother. Sharlto Copley, you know, he does well, but I feel like their chemistry is off, but their storyline isn't fully developed as well. I would have liked to see more between the two male leads. But other than that, I feel like this is a mixed bag. I wanted to like it. I thought it was enjoyable, but it kind of surface level entertainment. I will give Beast a not so ferocious 2.5 stars. Going on to Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. This is the chills section of the episode, and this is about a group of 20-something young people stuck in a remote mansion during a hurricane, and they play a mystery, almost like Clue, role-playing scenario game called Bodies, 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 where one person in the group is a killer by, you know, merely touching someone in the dark, and you have to see when the lights come back on, the victim, you have to guess who could have, you know, committed the murder. But what happens is it takes a drastic turn for the worse. Things go awry, where a dead body actually comes up between the young female leads, and now it's backstabbing and revenge and who do you trust scenario going on as they are trying to find out who is the real life killer in the film. So what I liked about this film is that it's an A24 film, automatically that sparks intrigue. It's a great young cast, Amanda Stenberg, we have Rachel Sennett, Maria Bakalova, and we also have Pete Davidson. It is just a young, vibrant cast. And what's cool about it is that it's an affluent group of young people. They come from money, they're spoiled, they're entitled, and when these films about using the elements, when the elements of social media or technology is, you know, taken away during this hurricane, where the power actually goes out during the actual game and an actual dead body comes up, then we have some fun playing around, guessing who the killer is by the very last frame of the film. And this film is doing a lot of things at once. It's touching up on influencers and TikTokers and podcasters in the realm of affluent women. And because there's only two males in the film, it's Pete Davidson and another actor. It's really like a horror feminist film. The film's stronghold is its young cast, and I think that the script is really tight taut. It's smart, it's funny, it's rooted in a lot of things that I've liked in the past, and I like the scenario of this game called Bodies, 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 that plays like a modern day version of Clue. There's no detectives. These are just young, affluent young people with a lot of money who are just entitled, and when things go awry or bodies start to take account, they also are questioning each other's motives. Some of them were best friends, some of them were lovers. And so it's just a very cool tactic, and I like the modernization of a, Clue in the social media, era. So that's what I like the most about Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. But for what I feel like the shortcoming was, it is labeled a horror film, but it's more of a thriller, because I didn't really get the horror aspects of this film. It's not as scary as I wanted it to be, where I do like the premise and I do like its cast. I feel like the film's horror elements come a little short. So with that, I do like this film, but I feel like maybe with the more that I return to this film, the more and more I will get more appreciation out of it. But at first glance, it's a very strong 3.5 star review. Nearly 4. Like I said, I really like the premise of it. I really like its cast. But as far as its horror elements are concerned, I just think that it's just a little bit underwhelming to me in that aspect. Moving on to our last film called Fall. It's more of an indie film directed by Scott Mann. This is a film about two best friends named Becky and Hunter. The main actress in here, Grace Fulton, her boyfriend has just passed away. They are, adventure enthusiasts. They went rock climbing, and her boyfriend, played by Mason Gooding, falls to his death. And the aftermath of that, it's been nearly a year later, and it's about her coming to grips about pushing her limits and wanting her best friend to climb a 2,000 feet top remote abandoned radio tower. She really gets out of her shell. They're in the middle of nowhere in like a desert-like atmosphere with only a couple of bottles of water. And when they get to the very tippy top, they get to where the tower has the light bulb at the very top. The ladder completely breaks off, and now there is no way down from this 2,000 feet tower. So they have to survive the elements. There's a lack of supplies, and there's like vertigo, cringe-inducing heights that they must conquer. And that's what I liked about this film, is just like all three of these films deal with the elements. And what I liked about Fall is that it's a very indie film. It is a film that knows what its strong suit is, and that is the thrilling aspect of it. This is the spills, because the ladder literally falls to the floor, and now the two women must survive the elements. I have to say that for what this film is, it made me just like wince throughout the whole film. How they're really at a top of a abandoned structure is just crazy to me. It almost is a horror film, that plays like a mystery, has that thriller aspect, and felt more like a horror film to me than even Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. So I think that this film works wonders. I think that the two female leads are great. It had me within the first two acts. However, to me, it falls a little short, and it ends abruptly and kind of anticlimactic. There is this nice, twist in it as well. But again, even that didn't feel earned. We also had Jeffrey Dean Morgan playing the father to Becky, and for the short time that he has in Scream, Mason Gooding, I just become a fan of ever since I've seen him in Scream. I think that the storyline and the plot is fairly weak. I think when you hinge all of the thrilling aspects of them being stranded at the top of this 2,000 feet tower, you kind of rest your laurels on that strong suit, where I feel like the storyline and the script suffers greatly. However, I did really like this film, where I feel like the storyline and the plot just doesn't come together. For me, the thrilling aspects are what keeps me, and Man Cinema Reviews will give Fall a strong 3-star commendable rating. Thank you very much for choosing Man Cinema Reviews.